Sorry, Jimmy.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Mount Washington Mill Dye House here in Baltimore, Maryland for tonight's wedding featuring the groom, J-Lo, and the bride, Lisa Kittleman. We are here today to mark a time and a place in a love story. And the title of this particular chapter is Jay and Lisa's Wedding Day. But before we can get started, we have a couple important requests from the bride and the groom. Number one is to everyone out there to get comfy. Shake out those shoulders, loosen up those collars. We're only a few days past Thanksgiving, so if you need to unbutton anything, nobody's looking, eyes are all up here. The point of that being that while there are formalities to be had today, we don't intend to do them in a formal or stiff way. We are here to have fun, so get ready to enjoy the show, and we're even going to take a group photo afterwards. The second request is to just remember and pay tribute to those who couldn't be here with us today, whether they couldn't make the trip from afar or if they're with us in spirit instead. We want to specifically mention Lisa's big sister Jenna, who we know would be having so much fun today, and so we wish to honor Jenna and the others by just keeping them in our thoughts and maybe having a little extra fun on their behalf. Dance your butts off. Speaking of loved ones, you guys have a lot of fans out here, so I want to give you guys a chance. Go ahead and turn and face your crowd. Give them a smile, give them a wave. In the hustle and bustle of this weekend, let's just press pause. It's such a busy day. We'll press pause for that 1 second to enjoy the moment. But you guys clearly want to gaze into each other's eyes. So let's get started. As I said, we're here to celebrate a big day in an otherwise larger story. A story that began a long time ago in a town not too far from here. There's still little debate on when this story actually began. If you check the wedding website, it was in 7th grade. If you know him in high school, it was in high school. Or it might have been when Lisa planned a trip to the West Coast as friends. These two have always been friends, and no matter when you came into their particular story, you have no doubt seen the incredible chemistry that these two have together. They feed off each other so well, they have the best jokes and one-liners, and in fact, they've always been like that, and I have a story to prove it. And so I'm going to take you guys back to the cafeteria in Poolesville High School for my first memory of Jay and Lisa together. They do say that love is friendship that has been set on fire, and this will prove that they have been friends for a long time. So you guys know how high school lunches work. A bunch of friends get together, they pull out all their snacks, they eat it, and they kind of just enjoy the time. On one particular day, Lisa actually got up to leave for a few minutes, and when she was gone, Jay actually stole and ate her snacks. You can imagine how the story probably went from there. Lisa returned. Jay confessed to the crime. Lisa probably playfully punched him on the shoulder, and it started this cycle of romance that led us to where we are today. That's a beautiful story, and we're happy that it happened. Except that's not what happened. When Lisa got back and noticed that her fruit snacks were gone, Jay convinced her that she had already eaten them. And somehow that worked. The point is, they have had that same playful banter ever since. It's one of the strongest qualities of their relationship, and they've been going strong as friends for over 15 years, first and foremost. But as you get a little bit older, you learn that in high school it maybe takes no time to fall in love. You can fall in love in a second. But as you grow older, you learn that it takes years to know what love really is. And as they got older and became more serious in their dating, they started to demonstrate some of those deeper examples of love. And so I still remember the very first moment that I knew Lisa was in love with Jay. It was more recent than you might expect, because I knew she always liked him. But this moment happened at the Big Cork Vineyards, which is a winery tucked just on the other side of the Appalachian Mountain from here. The three of us were just talking and catching up, and at some point I just turned and asked Lisa who her favorite football team was. And she turned back to me with a big smile and said, "The Colts." The Colts, as you know, are a professional team from Indianapolis. Their colors are white and blue, which is suspiciously similar to Jay's shirt and tie right now. But it made no sense when Lisa said that she liked the Colts because she grew up in Maryland and she went to college in North Carolina, and neither of those are close to Indianapolis. Plus, she's pretty competitive and likes winners, and the Colts have been, a couple years since they've made the playoffs. I quickly realized, as you guys might know, that the Colts are Jay's favorite team, but it still didn't make sense that Lisa would like them until I put it all together. She didn't have 0 reasons to like the Colts. She had exactly 1 reason. And she's holding hands with that reason right now. I don't mean to sound corny, but I think it's noteworthy. When you can take an interest in something for no other reason than the fact that it's important to someone that you care about, that is unconditional support. That is a sign of a deep and true care. And in that moment, I knew that Lisa was in love with Jay. I actually knew Jay was in love with Lisa a few years before that moment. This one happened on a winter afternoon. I was all by myself in Columbia, Maryland at Jay and Lisa's house. That sounds a little creepy. It's not my fault. I got there before Jay was off work. Lisa was out walking the dog, so they left the door unlocked so I could wait inside. And so I did what any person would do if they were in their best friend's house all by themselves. I snooped. I went down to the basement and made sure my housewarming gift was still there. I checked out their decorations, and when I got to the kitchen, I found a handwritten note from Jay to Lisa. You know what they call that? A snooper's jackpot. And so obviously I read it, and I'm going to share with all of you what that note said. It said, "Dear Lisa, the fresh groceries are in the refrigerator. I am so excited to cook dinner with you tonight. I love you so much, from Jay." Oh, they said, "Aw." That's what I did. I read it a few times because I've never heard him say anything that romantic. But Jay is not a flashy or boastful guy. For as successful as he is, he never needs or craves attention. And in the same way, I don't think he needs the whole world to know how much he cares about Lisa as long as she knows it. And he, in that little way, let her know that he loved doing the simple things with her, the everyday things like cooking dinner. And that was the moment that I knew Jay was in love with Lisa. And so later this weekend, we'll sign that marriage certificate. And it's not a piece of paper that makes a marriage. It's 2 people who make a marriage. And you 2 have a relationship that is founded on friendship. Those jokes and pranks and fun times you've been sharing for 10 or 15 years. It's solidified with that unconditional support, like when you can take an interest in someone else's favorite things, not because they're important to you, but because they're important to the other person. And then it's topped off with all the little things. You can enjoy the big moments together, but you can enjoy the little moments together, like cooking dinner and just watching a movie. Everyone here has a different version of how they know you 2 were in love, but I think everyone does know it, because you have that substance, you have that connection, and that's how I know that you 2 are in love with each other and the perfect fit for today. But it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what you all say and do. And so we've reached the portion of the ceremony where they're going to verbally confirm their love for each other. I'm going to ask you both a question, and if you think you can uphold the things that I say, you can say, "I do." And if not, you can think about it. Jay, I'm going to ask you first.
Okay.
Do you, Jay, take Lisa to be your lawfully wedded wife? And do you promise to love her, support her, and cherish her, in sickness and in health, through the good times and the challenging times, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And Lisa, do you take Jay to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to love him, support him, and cherish him, in sickness and in health, through the good times and the challenging times, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I thought you would say that. And while the "I do" serve as a verbal confirmation of love, traditional marriage calls for a tangible sign as well. So married couples wear rings to demonstrate their commitment to each other and to let everyone else know to back off. And so we're going to put the rings on in a second. But before we do, I want you guys to just feel each other's hands one last time before we put on those lifelong rings. Lisa, you guys are so cute. Lisa, those are the hands of your favorite point guard. That is,
Shooting guard.
it is one of the most trusted positions on a basketball team to be a guard. When I played with Jay, his primary role was to set up other people into positions to be successful. Naturally, he loves serving and assisting others. And when the time is right, he knows when to take the reins and lead the way. And Jay, those are the most passionate hands you will ever hold.
That's for sure.
They're the hands of a kick-butt realtor. In fact, Lisa's pretty impressive at anything she does. I think we all know that at the core of her success is her drive and her passion. And, you know, the trick to any successful realtor is knowing when to harness that passion and when to kind of step back and simmer and see things from a calm perspective. But if you guys are ever looking for a home, and if you two are ever looking for a home, just know that you'll always have one as long as you're holding hands. Had to. All right, Jack, we'll take the rings from you.
Oh. Wrong.
You can pick out whichever one you want. I'll hold this one for a second, Lisa. All right, Jay, repeat after me. We didn't practice, so we'll see how this goes. I give you this ring
I give you this ring. There's more to that.
as a symbol of our commitment to each other.
As a symbol of our commitment to each other.
Wherever you go with this ring,
Wherever you go with this ring,
I will be there with you.
I will be there with you.
Lisa, you're up next. Oh, you can put it on.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Here you go. Lisa, we're going to repeat the same ones. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our commitment to each other.
as a symbol of our commitment to each other.
Wherever you go with this ring,
Wherever you go with this ring,
I will be there with you.
I will absolutely be there with you.
And they slide it on. Snug fit, but it works.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
It's amazing.
All right, we're in the end game now. And the last portion of the ceremony is called the officiant's charge. That's where I get to give you guys one encouragement, one little piece of advice on love. They picked the 30-year-old who's single to do this. I heard a quote recently that to me so simply sums up a healthy relationship. And so I'm going to share it with both of you. Lisa, if he loves you, you will know. And if he doesn't, you will be confused. Jay, it's the same with you. If she loves you, you will know. And if she doesn't, she'll probably explain it to you. But that's my charge to you guys. What Lisa just said is don't let 1 second, don't let one day go by where either of you wonder. Have so many examples of your care, whether it's supporting each other's favorite teams or cooking dinner together, that the other person never wonders and that they always know. That's the officiant's charge. Have you guys heard that term before? Well, if you can't, yeah. Well, if you can't remember it down the line, you can just shorten it and remember it as the OC. So,
Oh, definitely.
Good job.
all right. That's all I got. Are you guys ready to get this party started?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well then, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. If you all could please join me in congratulating for the very first time as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Jay and Lisa Lowe.
a musical genius. She can give you the look of death and still melt your heart. She's being accompanied by this gentleman from the University of Maryland, standing in with the smallest calves on the East Coast. This is Christina Patterson and Jason Pramack. Coming in next from Delaware University, she once sleptwalked outside of her own home in the middle of the night and had to spend 4 hours at a 7-Eleven. She's entering with this man from James Madison University. He has the freshest haircut, and we are pretty sure he got a spray tan before the wedding. My friends, Jackie Ron and Anderson. Making their way in next from Clemson University. She once tried on Shaquille O'Neal's shoes, and they fit perfectly. Then from Poolsville, Maryland, ranked as one of the top spike ball players in the state, this is Christy Lowe and Chris Collins. Making their way next from Mount St. Mary's, the true saint of this team. She once ate 50 s'mores in 1 hour and she wasn't done yet. From James Madison University, his incredible twerk moves almost make up for his complete lack of beer bong skills. Please welcome Courtney Evans and Andrew Kinsey. Coming in at center, 5'6". She's Spice Girls #1 fan and feared by many, including every groomsman and the groom himself. She is accompanied by this gentleman from High Point University, standing in at 5 feet 11 inches, which is several inches shorter than his brother. Please welcome them, our maid of honor and best man, Kelly Pennington and Scott Ballhole. My friends, please rise and give your attention to our entranceway. This is the moment that you've been waiting for, and the moment that our newlyweds have been waiting for. They've known each other since the 6th grade. They are both as competitive as Chinese and Russian swim teams combined. Both are more in love today than yesterday. Please welcome them for the very first time into our dining room for the reception. Our newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Lisa and Jay. My friends, one more time for our entire wedding party out there. One more time for everyone. Very, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and give my voice a little bit of a rest now as well. We're going to slide into a moment that they have been waiting for what probably feels like an eternity. My friends, this is their very first dance together in the SS of their life.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were someone waiting for me.
So we're going to invite our newlyweds over to come take a seat. Tristan, can you try to get on this pulpit?
It's been a lot of fun so far. Wow. There's no way I'm going to get through this. Just so you know, I've rehearsed this myself probably about 25 times, and I've never gotten through it by myself. So I'll do the best I can. I love you. I love you. It's a beautiful time we're having, Lisa and Jay. Lisa, my beautiful firstborn, and now Jay, my first son-in-law. First son-in-law. Congratulations and thank you both for allowing us to share this treasure day with you. This is going to get big. Okay, so bear with me. Traditionally, the bride's father is the first to speak at the reception before, of course, the more engaging and or entertaining toasts coming from the maid of honor and best man. The father of the bride is usually seen as a bit of a warm-up act and something to be endured rather than enjoyed. I'm here to tell you that I intend to fulfill that tradition. Live up to the expectation, and I do beg your indulgence. It is my honor today to pronounce a blessing over Lisa and Jay on this, their wedding day. First of all, the main idea of a blessing is to empower, to prosper. I do believe it's helpful to understand several things about the blessing. Based upon the Bible, God's love letter to his children, we find blessing is a God-given principle. It's powerful, it's permanent, it's protected by God, and it is based on God's promises. Lisa and Jay, may you be blessed in your love for God and continually grow in your grasp of the greatness of his wide, long, high, and deep the love he has for you is. May the peace of God always guard your heart and mind. May you always enjoy excellent physical health, as the Apostle John wrote, even as your soul is spiritually healthy. In God's timing, may you be blessed with children and together form a family which reflects the fullness of God's amazing love while you experience the best of all that's been created for us by a faithful God. May you be blessed in your love for one another, discovering the uniqueness of each other and accepting them as God's perfect provision and the one who completes you. May the mystery of oneness unfold before you with a profound beauty and strength. May the love you share that has now been sealed by your vows be unbreakable and unshakable. And may you always know the meaning of love, as the Apostle Paul wrote, love is patient. Woo! Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
I knew it was going to be good. I just knew how good it was going to be. So now that we've had the blessing, please feel free to enjoy your salads, because I do have other folks that are coming up, but our newlyweds said they want you to eat because they know that you're hungry. So feel free to enjoy your salads, but we do have other folks coming up to the microphone, and we are going to start this off with toasts from our maid of honor and our best man. So we're going to start with Kelly. If you please give Kelly a big round of applause.
evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kelly, the very proud little sister of our glamorous bride. I want to start by congratulating the bride and the groom and thanking all of you for making the journey out here today. This day couldn't be any more perfect. I mean, have you ever seen such a strikingly beautiful bride? And I don't just say that because we look like twins. I mean, honestly, each of you has probably confused us at some point in your life. But that's okay, because there's nobody I'd rather be confused with. Lisa is so classy and brilliant and beautiful, inside and out. But I think this mistaken identity Lisa and I have faced throughout our lives has been more beneficial to me than it has to her. Lisa is so sweet and understanding and always took the rap for me, even if she didn't know it. Like in high school, I used to sneak Lisa's car out all the time. And one night, I was coming home at 2 a.m., trying not to wake my parents, pulled into the driveway, and put the car in neutral. But I couldn't get the car all the way up into Lisa's spot, so I just left it. And the next day, I just remember waking up to Lisa getting interrogated by my parents, who were accusing her of driving drunk. And Lisa, bless her heart, was so confused, but she took her punishment like a champ. Because no matter what, we've always had each other's backs. My sister and I have a lot of memories together, most of which are probably too inappropriate to share today. But whether she knows it or not, she's always been a role model to me. Whether it was excelling at sports or school or relationships, she always set the bar so high and really helped me maintain my title as Black Sheep of the family. So thanks. No, but really, Lisa is so much more than a big sister to me. She's my best friend, my mentor, my confidant, and my protector. My sister's beauty shines from within and touches everyone she meets. J-Lo. I hope you know you are the luckiest man in the world. I also want you to know we love you and we are really excited for you to be part of our family. From the bottom of my heart, I could not have handpicked a better man for Lisa. I tell her this all the time. Only someone as calm and down to earth as Jay could handle her sassiness all the time. In life, we aren't promised anything. We aren't promised the nicest things or a lifetime of health. But the one thing that you can count on is Lisa will love you every day for the rest of her life. Whatever life may throw at you, whatever challenges you may have to face, never forget to check your side, because Lisa will be right there. She is the kind you can count on for life. Like if you ever decide to take a trip on a whim alone to, let's say, Medellin, one of the most dangerous cities in the world, you better believe Lisa will have arranged personal transport for you to and from the airport. Or if you're somewhere across the world in a big city and feel alone, Lisa will take the red eye and be there the very next day. No questions asked. That's just the type of person she is. She looks out for the people she loves. Or if Lisa thinks you shouldn't be driving, she will be there, latched on to the back of your Expedition, all the way down the long and bumpy farm driveway. She is truly a force of nature. She is my forever sidekick and my eternal protector. I thank God every day that I haven't had to spend a day without her by my side. Lisa, I hope you know that Jenna would be so proud of you. For the woman you are today, and for choosing an honest and wonderful man to share your life with. Jenna is probably here watching us, eating pink Starbursts, sitting Indian style, drinking a screwdriver, toasting to your happiness. So can we all please raise our glasses high in the air? I don't have a glass, but I'll take this. Lisa and Jay, may your love burn bright for years to come. Here's to my best friend and her new best friend.
My friends, please give Kelly one more big hand up here, all right? So it would not be a wedding if you did not hear from the best man. And so we're going to do that right now. Scott, bring your drink up here with you. Please welcome Scott Lowe up to the microphone.
Well, first of all, I never get tired of hearing that I'm the best man. So if everybody could just refer to me that way the rest of the night, that'd be fantastic. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Scott Lowe, and I'm Jay's older brother. And as you know, the pleasure of being the best man this weekend. So first of all, I just wanted to point out what a fantastic and beautiful ceremony that was. I mean, that was great. And I want to give a special shout out to Jimmy Bowen. I mean, can we get a round of applause? I mean, that was fantastic. I mean, I've never been to a wedding where, you know, one of the groom's best friends was the officiant, so that was phenomenal. He did a fantastic job. Almost made me not even want to give my speech, you know. But you know, to be fair, I didn't know snooping was in play. So, little disclaimer. I didn't have as much information, you know. So I'll have to draw on what I have. But you know, I also want to thank you know, everybody that was involved in the planning and the preparation for this wedding. I don't think it would have been possible without you guys, and you really made it a day that Jay and Lisa, I know, will never forget. So, you know, again, one more round of applause. And then just before I really get started here and start lighting Jay up a little bit, I wanted to thank everybody for being here and sharing their special day with them. I know there's a lot of people that traveled. It's not easy to pick up and travel for the weekend. So just for everyone being here, thank you very much. So obviously I've known Jay for his entire life. So naturally I had a lot of potential material, a lot of directions I could have go, you know, with this speech. So I took some time in preparation. I took some time to reflect on our childhood together. And I just came up with a couple stories that I wanted to share with everyone today that I think really sum up having Jay for a brother. So first story that I got, when we were growing up, you know, we used to get these bags of hand-me-down clothes from some friends of the family. And some of these clothes, I gotta say, were interesting to say the least as far as fashion. Yeah, corduroys, I mean, we had a little bit of everything. But anyways, when Jay was about 7 or 8 years old, he got a pair of shorts from one of these bags of clothes. And these shorts had to be the ugliest thing you've ever seen in your life. I mean, they had about 5 or 6 different colors in the scheme and just the worst design. But Jay really liked them. He was a fan. So he decided he was going to wear them to school the next day. Mom and dad, they don't, tend to weigh in too much on our fashion design. So he wore them to school the next day. And when he got home, he comes in and he tells my mom, hey, the kids were really making fun of my shorts at school today. And I kind of saw the look of concern on my mom's face. And she's like, oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. He goes, no, that's okay. I'm going to wear them again tomorrow. And, this is something I've always admired about Jay, just his confidence and not letting the little things faze him. If that had happened to me growing up, I would have been mortified. But in true Jay fashion, he just embraced it, and turned it into a good thing. I also feel compelled to mention that his wardrobe these days is significantly more impressive. Thanks, Lisa. Not letting the little things get to him is something that Jay's been able to do our entire life, which is a good thing, as he has needed that skill set to deal with having the name J-Lo. I'm not sure how many Jennifer Lopez jokes he's had to hear over the years, but he always handles it well and just embraces it. As I'm sure many of you know, his current Instagram name is Jenny on the Block. So the next story I wanted to share kind of recognizes how much my little brother has grown up over the years. So as a kid, Jay could be a little bit clueless sometimes. He's a little bit of a space cadet, which is great. But I still have memories of us leaving our house with my dad, all 3 of us sitting across the front seat of his Ford Bronco truck. And we would get about 30 minutes down the road, didn't really matter where we were going, and all of a sudden Jay would just kind of look over at my dad and say, Dad, where are we going? He didn't have a clue. But today, Jay is one of the hardest working, most driven people I know, and he has a plan for what he wants to accomplish in life. Again, I'm 1,000% certain Lisa's influence over recent years played no small part in that transition. Lisa. When I first met Lisa, the first thing that jumped out at me was her extremely positive outlook on life. She really is one of the most positive people that I know. For example, it doesn't matter if we are at the neighborhood pub near my house or a fancy restaurant, you can pretty much guarantee that something on that menu is going to be amazing. Amazing is one of the words I hear Lisa use the most, to the point where I often tease her about it. I've literally had 2 people whose specific job today was to keep me away from her, and I think I've heard it 3 or 4 times. But eventually her positive attitude rubs off on everyone she's around, even me. So I thought today I would share a few things that I think are amazing. So when Lisa lets Jay meet up with the guys and go out for 36 holes of golf, I think that's amazing. True. So a few years ago, a bunch of us went to a Florida Georgia Line country concert, and Lisa disappeared and then showed up out of nowhere with a handful of cheeseburgers for everyone. That was amazing to me. The Lowe family getting to have Lisa as a sister, a daughter, and a granddaughter, that's amazing. My children having Lisa as an aunt, that's going to be amazing. And finally, and most importantly, my little brother having a beautiful, strong woman as a best friend and a partner for the rest of his life, that is most definitely amazing. Now, if everyone would join me and raise a glass in a toast to Lisa and Jay. May the rest of your life together truly be amazing.
My friends, one more time for our best man. Please give him one more big round of applause. All right, my friends, before I hang up the microphone.
Think I knew the first time you called my name, said you are my sunshine. I think I love you. Think I knew the hours he held me close, said you are my
My friends, one more time, please show them all your love out there with one more big, big round of applause. Jay has been sitting there waiting very patiently. He knew his time was coming up. Would you please give him and his mom a big round of applause as they make their way out for their special dance together? They have chosen one that is certain to become a classic. This is Rascal Flatts with My Wish.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my
And my friends, one more time for them out there as well. So they asked me to play shorter songs for them to dance with their parents because they want you to get up and join them on the dance floor. This is one of their favorite songs. Grab somebody, come on out, and especially if you were in love tonight, you better get on the dance floor. Or if you just tolerate each other, whatever, it's okay.
It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear.
especially for you. We got to get the conga line started.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't your body, do your body, do that conga beat.
Oh my goodness, you guys look great. We're gonna go back a few months to September. My friends, if you've got a sweet tooth, I wanted to let you know that there's cake and coffee over to my right. So if you're looking at me to the left, once again, cake and coffee over there to the left.
Do you
out that cake straight out the gate. We independent women, some mistake us for whores. I'm saying, why spend mine when I can spend yours? Disagree? Well, that's you, and I'm sorry. I'ma keep playing these cats out like a tar. High heel shoes, getting love from the Jews, 4 badass chicks from the New York View.
Hey, sisters, soul sisters, better get that dough, sisters.
We drink wine with diamonds in the glass by the case, the meaning of expensive taste.
You want an inche, yeah, yeah.
Come on,
Mocha chocolate.
what? Rio Lady Mama. One more time, come on.
She got G like MC, you likes it on a easy V, doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. And as for me, how you'll see, slam your body down and wine it all around. Slam your body down and wine it all around. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta make it last forever. Slam your body down and wine it's all around. Slam your body down and wine it's all around. Slam your body down and wine it's all around. Slam your body down and zig If you wanna be my lover,
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well you already know. So just imagine, just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. 'Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well you already know. So just imagine, just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. Yeah. So keep dancing. Come on. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say.
my friends. We're still going to party for another half hour or so, but wanted to let you know that the early shuttle is here. Once again, the early shuttle is here. If you wanted to take that first shuttle. So a special dedication going out to all the members of our wedding party from our newlyweds.
Shorty was hot like a toaster. Sorry, but I had to fold her like a